Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. As tonight, it is the 11-2-2 Hopkinton Hillers taking on 8-6-0 Westwood Wolverines. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. And we just witnessed an absolutely unbelievable girls hockey win as Hopkinton Dover Sherborne got the job done in overtime against Norwood as they took the win 3-2. Lucy Jean scoring all three goals for the Hillers. It was a absolutely tremendous win and an upset win over the Norwood Mustangs, so perhaps we will experience a great win by the Hiller boys team, and we'll have an undefeated night here in this Hiller hockey doubleheader. But as you can see out there now, the players are warming up. We are moments away from getting started. Let's take a look at the boys' standings heading into tonight. The Hiller boys still have a big chance to perhaps come away with a TVL large title. They have won 3 straight games, 11-2-2 overall. Norwood's in first at 12-1-1. Westwood 8-6-0, hanging around. Medfield 9-6-1. And then you got Ashland 3-8-3. Holliston 1-15-1. So a very competitive TVL large. And then down in the TVL small, Dover Sherborne 12-4-0. Medway 10-7-0, and Dedham 8-8-0, Norton 6-8-0, and Bellingham 0-12-2. So a very competitive TVL it has been, and on any given night, any of these TVL teams can grab a win. Believe it or not a whole lot of games left for this Hiller boys team. They have tonight against Westwood, then they'll be on the road for a big one against Medfield, and an absolutely huge one next week right here at New England Sports Center as they take on first place Norwood. That game could be for the TVL large title. So if they are able to win all the games up until that big Norwood game, they will certainly have a chance to grab that TVL large title. So this game certainly a big one here tonight against what is a very gritty Westwood team. And we are just moments away from the opening announcements and the national anthem. So right now we will send it down to rinkside.
Starting for Westwood on defense, number 2, Ryan Pizzuto. Starting on defense, number 24, Brian Sullivan. Starting at right wing, number 17, Max O'Brien. Starting at left wing, number 18, Jake Quinn. Starting at center, number 20, Timmy Donovan. Starting at goalie, number 1, Jack Paul. Starting for the Hillers on defense, number 2, Rocco Horgan. Starting on defense, number 10, Danny White. Starting at right wing, number 8, Jake Adams. Starting at left wing, number 6, Connor Merkel. Starting at center, number 19, Wyatt Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it, the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we are just about ready for hockey here at the New England Sports Center. Well, the night started off with a tremendous win by the girls team as they took down Norwood in overtime 3-2. Lucy Jean getting a hat trick for Hopkinton over Sherborne. So now we'll see if the boys can follow up with a win of their own against a gritty, tough Westwood team. The Hillers in their last game here at the New England Sports Center got a nice 5-2 victory over Holliston as they netted 3 goals in the third period to break the 2-2 tie. In the center circle, Whitey and Tosca for the Hillers up against Tim Donovan for Westwood, and we are underway. Westwood in the green jerseys working right to left. There's a shot turned away by Jackson off the stick of Quinn. Jammed up along the end boards. Into the corner it goes, coming away with it, Danny White. White unleashes it up the far side towards Merkel. Merkel trying to come away with it. Picking it up in the neutral zone, Quinn. He'll wrap it around. Over to the corner it goes. White sends it out. And along the left circle now, back to the end boards. It's O'Brien trying to get it out up against Ian Tosca. Sent up by White. Hillers trying to maneuver their way into Westwood territory. Adams diverted. Coming away with it, Sean Blomquist sends it back. Donovan taking a shot, and that is going to be wrapped up. Good pressure by Westwood to get things started. And they are winning the very early possession battle. This faceoff comes at 54 seconds in. Well, the Hillers are going to have to stay on their toes. This Westwood team's quick. Shot from top of the circle by Donovan. Another good save there. And here come the Hillers. Ian Tosca trying to work up the far side, but we get a whistle. The correction, that was actually James Hayward up the far side. We had an offsides call, crashed a little prematurely. Hayward up against Blomquist, and Hayward gets kicked out of the face-off. Resnick is in there. Puck squirts back into Westwood territory. Dumais puts it up the near side. Now approaching Blomquist. Top of the right circle, sends it back towards the blue line, looking for McKay. Back and forth we go along the far side. Now the Hillers come out with it. Resnick leaves it behind. Hayward approaching, getting out in front of him, Dumais. Dumais scoops it up the boards. Collery gets it out of the corner, sends it out. Here comes Resnick. Resnick sends it out as he was looking for DeRocher along the slot. Along the far side, that's Kaleri. Sent towards the end boards off the stick of Resnick. Puck gets by the grasp of Horgan. Picked up back ice by Kaleri. Kaleri takes a shot, punched away by the keeper, Jack Holland. Your goaltender matchup, Steven Jackson for the Hillers, Jack Holland for Westwood. Both goalies expected to be very busy tonight. Along the far side corner, sent up by Horgan. There to intercept is Crowley, but a misfire there. Getting in there to rip the shot, Hobson. Along the end boards, Horgan, he gets jammed up. Puck squirts out, Ian Tosca handles it. Ian Tosca feeds it up to Merkel. Merkel racing up the ice. Into the corner he goes. Along the end boards, sent out. Popped off the boards by Lewis before he takes a hit. Ian Tosca picks it up in the neutral zone, sends it back. Up the ice goes Moore. Handling it for the Hillers, White. He'll wrap it around up the far side. Horgan, a nice maneuver there. Merkel gets jammed up. Taken away. Westwood looking for a shot, approaching the slot out in front, and it's wrapped up by Jackson as Quinn tries to backhand it in. Three minutes into action, and already a good amount of action. Who to look out for on Westwood? Max O'Brien, 7 goals on the season. Tim Malloy has 6. They're the top scorers for the Wolverines. Puck squirts out. Here comes the Hillers. Hayward up the near side, putting on a move, approaching, and the shot just wide. Along the end boards it goes. McCabe sends it up the far side. Hillers trying to clear the zone and get back into Westwood territory. Kaleri up the far side. And we'll have it offsides. We'll get a face-off at 11:32 left to go in the first frame. Hayward up against Donovan on the face-off. DeRocher puts it towards the corner. Swing and a miss along the end boards by Dumais. Now getting in there is Resnick. Good battle for it. Sent up the far side. Kaleri shuts it down. Hayward takes a hit. Kaleri approaching, top of the circle, sends it to the corner. Hiller's approaching. There's a shot that's just wide. Resnick had a good setup for Kaleri. He got in there, ripped the shot off just a little bit wide. Hiller's looking to continue the pressure. DeRocher sends it to the corner. Picked up by Resnick. And now Hayward coming out with it. Sends it back. Resnick out of the corner. And he was looking to get it to Parker Wynn in the slot. From the point, there's a shot wrapped up. Glove save Holland. Nice hard shot there by Parker Wynn. And we'll get a face-off at 10:44. And Tosca up against Blomqvist. Puck squirts out, top of the circle, and that shot by White punched away by Holland as he got the leg pad on it. Along the near side, some good back and forth. Back and forth we go. Westwood trying to maneuver into Hiller territory. Here comes Malloy. Puck ends up along the end boards. Ian Tosca racing up the ice. Gets it out in front to the near side corner. Ian Tosca pops it off the boards. Horgan trying to put it towards the slot. Sent away into Hiller territory off the stick of Blomqvist. And we'll get an icing call. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call for tonight's doubleheader. Sean Ritz manning the camera. It's been action-packed so far between the girls' win and a quick start to this one. Finn Mahan up against Blomqvist. Dumais along the end boards. Puts it up the far side. Lewis sends it back. Shot from the circle by Hayward, turned away. Now along the near side, Wynn, he lost it. Here comes Hobson. Hobson racing up the ice for Westwood. Takes it into the circle, takes a shot. And Jackson somehow comes up with the glove save. What a snag there by Steven Jackson. On the faceoff, Finn Mahone against Brett Hobson. Top of the circle, deflected. Along the end boards it goes. Good battle for it. Squirts out. Coming up the near side now. Nice pass by Layton. Getting tripped up trying to approach Ian Tosca. Sent back up the far side. Caleri with it. Caleri unleashes it to Mahone, who takes a hit. Westwood up the far side. McCabe wraps it around. Back to the near side it goes. Sent out. Taken away along the far side. Westwood with a shot, and it's wide by Quinn. Over to the corner. Sent up the ice by Connor Moore. Trying to break away Hayward. Getting in front of him, Dumais. Dumais takes it, and then he's going to be diverted as DeRocher got in there and put it towards the net. Good save by Holland, and we'll get a face-off at 8:34 left to go in the first period. Along the near side, top of the circle. Puck deflects to the far side. Battle along the end boards now. Sent up over to Quinn. And now out in front, turned away. Resnick was trying to turn it back, but it's intercepted. Here comes Donovan. Donovan racing in, puts it wide. Up along the near side, battle for it. Into the corner it goes. Unfortunately, our view a little obstructed by the student section, which has filled up for this one. Along the far side, Resnick draws a push. Pizzuto sends it up. Into Hiller territory it goes. And we'll have an icing call. Face-off comes at 7:48 left to go in the first period. Well, so far this game's had a little bit of everything you've expected. Tough, physical, action-packed. These TVL rivals, they don't give each other any breaks. Pretty much any of these TVL large battles, it's going to be a tough physical game. Wyatt Ian Tosca up against Blomqvist. Blomqvist pops it off the boards. Ian Tosca trying to dig it out. Nice steal there. Ian Tosca puts it back into Westwood territory. Along the end boards, Dumais sends it around. Wolverines trying to work back up the ice. Caleri gets in the way. Sent over to Adams. Adams pops it around. Picking it up along the corner, Dumais. He'll take a hit. Some good back and forth here. Puck squirts out. Handled by McCabe. McCabe launches it towards the neutral zone. Sent to the far side as the Wolverines look for some pressure. Donovan takes a hit into the board. Stolen away by Merkel. Wynn pops it off the boards. Up the near side it goes. Trying to send it back was Dumais, but he's diverted. Now racing up is Adams. Puts it into Westwood territory. Hiller's in the midst of a change. McCabe with it. Deflected off of Resnick. Hayward now. And the puck squirts out into the neutral zone. Hayward will regroup. Sends it towards Resnick. Resnick puts it towards the end boards, intercepted by Crowley. Crowley off the boards to Malloy, and now here comes Westwood flying up the ice. Hobson. DeRocher getting in the way. Resnick now driving up the ice with Hayward, and it's deflected. Taking it is Hobson. Hobson sends it across. Good steal there by Hayward. Horgan puts it back towards Hayward. Sends it across White. White towards the Westwood net, and getting the leg pad down is Holland. Pizzuto trying to take it out of the corner. Pizzuto racing up the ice. Nicely done by White as he'll fling it back towards the end boards. Handled by Sullivan. Up the far side he goes. Merkel getting the stick in the way, but Pizzuto catches it off the deflection. Pizzuto, top of the circle, sends it across, able to find Lewis. Lewis towards the end boards, picked up by Hobson. Hobson diverted. Back and forth we go along the far side. Puck knocked back around up to the near side corner. And it'll squirt out, and Pizzuto able to get a nice shot off from the top of the circle, and a glove save by Jackson. We get a face-off at 5:10 left to go in the first period. Puck squirts out. Merkel gets in the way of the attempted shot by O'Brien. Up the far side, sent back around by McCabe. Picking it up along the corner, Wynn. And approaching out in front. Good save by Jackson as Quinn drove right to the net. Now trying to turn it up ice once again, McCabe. Well, Westwood, they're winning the possession battle for the most part so far in this first period. Caleri getting wrapped up with O'Brien. Stolen away, Wynn. Wynn puts it up along the boards. McCabe picks it up, trying to come around with it, but he's contested by Adams. Jammed up in the corner. Trying to fight for it, Merkel along the far side now. Dumais works it up the ice here. Flying up the ice now. And that's sent down, and that shot turned away by Jackson. Good setup from Quinn from Brian Sullivan. Up the boards goes Ian Tosca as it's deflected off of Merkel. An attempted shot there by McCabe. Another shot there, deflected off a defender. There's another one off of Wynn from the stick of O'Brien. And now this one put wide off the deflection. Jackson deflects it back. And it's sent up into Westwood territory, wide of the net. We'll have an icing call at 3:39 left to go in the first period. Well, an action-packed first period. Both teams find a little bit of momentum early on, but Westwood doing a nice job in the possession battle, keeping it in Hiller territory. Hayward up against Blomquist. White brings it out along the far side. Pizzuto deflects it back off the boards. Horgan sends it back to the far side. Resnick now sends a flying disc to the near side. Across goes Malloy as it was deflected. Resnick gonna take it back into the zone. He'll turn it back up ice. Pizzuto contested there by Hayward. It's taken away. Hayward coming up the near side. Able to get it into Westwood territory. White gonna keep it there. Pops it off a defender. End of the corner it goes. Resnick trying to come out with it. Puck squirts out. White sends it across. Horgan with a shot. In the traffic just wide of the net. Hayward scoops it up from along the end boards. He's contested from the circle. Deflected off a defender. Back and forth we go now on the far side. DeRocher scoops it towards the net. Picked up by Sullivan as he wraps it up the far side. Malloy leaves it for Blomquist. Back into Hiller territory we go. Westwood in the midst of a change. Jammed up along the near side, coming out with it, Ian Tosca. In the high slot, there's a shot off of Horgan, goes O'Brien. Trying to come away with it is Donovan, up along the end boards. Merkel escapes with it. Leaves it for Resnick. Resnick gets it across. He was trying to find Ian Tosca. Westwood now has it, taking a big hit there was O'Brien, and someone's stick is shattered. The puck was deflected into the crowd. We'll get a face-off at 1:40 left to go in the first period. And someone out there going to need a new hockey stick. Now the Hillers have to find a way to clear the defensive zone. Ian Tosca up against Sullivan. Sent to the blue line, trying to put on the moves. McCabe, he'll swing it around. Swinging it up the near side is Wynn. Into Westwood territory goes on the chase down Dumais. Dumais contested by Adams. Dumais gets it out to McCabe. McCabe working his way up the ice, sends it across to the left circle. Dumais, back near side of Quinn. Quinn into the neutral zone, off the skate of Caleri. Now approaching Donovan. Takes it into the right circle as he draws some contact and scoops it towards the net, wrapped up by Jackson. 1:01 left to go in the first period. On this face-off, Whitey and Tosca up against Malloy. They both get kicked out. Merkel against Hobson now. Into the corner it goes, wrapping it around Caleri. There's Ian Tosca, sending it near side. Merkel can't get there in time, sent up to Malloy. Caleri trying to play it off the boards. Malloy picks it up and sends it up, and now here is Merkel. Merkel to Caleri as we approach 30 seconds left to go. About to come up the ice was Blomqvist till he realized he was cut off there by Merkel. Westwood doing all they can to hang back, not allow the Hillers to get any breakaways. They know these Hiller forwards have a lot of speed coming up the ice, and they don't want to let them get unleashed. As it was put towards the net off the stick of Ian Tosca, wrapped up by Holland. We'll get a face-off with 13.6 seconds left to go in the first period. Well, that's what Westwood's strategy is right now. Hang with the puck and test every possession. Don't give a lot of open space and just constantly battle for it. And so far, it's paying off pretty good. Along the near side, it's going to get by Wynn. Sent back by Caleri. Resnick picks it up along the far side boards. Pops it into Westwood territory. Now launched towards the Hiller net at the buzzer, and that'll do it for the first period. An exciting first period of play. And we are scoreless as we head into the second period of this Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity game against the Westwood Wolverines on HCAM. Stick around, more hockey coming your way next.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
I would first like to acknowledge the effort, commitment, and dedication of these players and their families through their hockey careers, both on and off the ice. Now, your 2024 Hopkinton Dad Steve, Grandmother Nancy.
It's a little dull there too.
Number 10, Danny White. Parents, Jen and Jim. Sister Natalie. Number 19, Wyatt and Tosca. Parents Allison and Bill, brother Will. Number 24, Aiden Caleri. Parents Tara and Jamie. These are your 2024 Hopkinton Hillers seniors. Thank you, seniors, for the memories you have provided for us over the years. And good luck with the rest of the season.
On Wednesday, January 31st, Hiller Boys Hockey celebrated senior night and took on Holliston. Tosca getting in front of Ross. Here comes the Hillers. A nice pass and a score for the Hillers. Adams feeds it to Connor Merkel, who pops it in. Here comes the Panthers on a breakaway. Rister, it's in. George Gabriel strikes. It was a 1-1 game heading into the second period. Top of the circle, there's a shot by Collery, and then off the rebound, Hayward puts it in. A great shot by Aiden Collery off the leg pad of Greenberg. It goes, and then James Hayward stuffs it in. Back up off the boards goes Lucas, and it's put in. A tremendous shot there, and we're knotted up at 2 apiece. Both teams net another goal apiece in the second, and it was a 2-2 game heading into the third period. Sent around the end boards. Getting out in front of it, Resnick. Resnick racing back into Holliston territory, approaching, takes it and rings it in! What a beauty of a goal by Resnick! Off the face-off, good send away there by White as it splits 2 Panthers. One of the penalties has expired. Stolen by Hayward, takes a shot! Oh! Hayward with a short-handed goal! What a shot! Unbelievable! Off the face-off, Ian Tosca sends it back. Hayward to Wynn. Wynn gets it into traffic. He was looking for Resnick. Hayward with it. Gonna move it up. Takes it and it's put in! Icing on the cake for the Hillers. The Hillers net 3 more goals in the third frame and take the win by a final of 5-2. The Hiller boys hockey team improved to 10-2-2 on the season.
Actually, just the glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you?
Confident.
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous. I'm Sidney Donda, and I'll see you there.
And welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about ready for the second period, a scoreless game as we enter the second period in this TVL Large matchup between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Westwood Wolverines. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. Happy to be with you for what has been a tremendous Hiller doubleheader so far. The girls getting the win earlier tonight, 3-2 in overtime over Norwood. Some big Hiller sports action coming at you for the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, we'll have alpine ski coverage from the slopes at about 6:45 p.m. And then on Friday night, Hiller boys basketball celebrates senior night and hosts Holliston, a 6:30 p.m. tip-off for Hiller boys basketball this coming Friday night here on HCAM. Well, we are just about ready to start this second period, and one thing the Hillers are going to have to do is try to do a little bit better in the possession battle. The Hillers working right to left across your screen for this second period. Westwood with possession. Pizzuto up the near side and deflected off of Jackson. Good save there. Here comes Caleri. Caleri towards the net. And off the rebound goes Merkel. It was a slow roller, however. Puck comes out from the near side. Westwood comes away with it. Up the ice goes Donovan. Looking to shake Caleri. Ian Tosca takes it away. Now racing in is Adams. Adams pops it off a Wolverine. Puck comes loose. Resnick getting in there to deflect it away from O'Brien. Now Donovan with it. Takes it into the circle. That shot is turned away. Good save there. And then Ian Tosca gets it out of the danger zone. Off the boards goes Adams. Top of the circle, Resnick. There to intercept. Back and forth we go up the far side. Resnick scoops it into Westwood territory. So good back and forth along the far side boards. Sent up by Dumais. Westwood, there's a shot. And it's wide by Blomquist. It was a great setup. Blomquist drops it. Top of the circle. Sends it wide again. Up along the near side now. Coming away with it, Malloy. He'll send it out. Looking for Blomquist. DeRocher gets in there, trying to keep it away from Blomquist. Towards the net, off the side of the net it goes. Now coming out and sending it to the slot, Donovan. DeRocher there to intercept. Gets it over to Hayward. Hayward trying to race up the ice. He's diverted. Sent down by Dumais. Hayward tripped up. Handled by Dumais. And it gets by Dumais into Westwood territory. He's able to pick it up, takes it along the end boards and sends it up the near side. And now here comes Hobson. Hobson looking to close in, backhands it towards the net, cut off by Hayward. White gets in there, takes a hit into the boards. Horgan unleashes it to the corner to Moore. Moore sends it back to the far side. Both teams challenging each other, staying right on top of the puck. And both teams have a similar strategy. Don't give any space to work with. Horgan flings it up the far side. Handled by Sullivan, who will send it back towards the net, and it's covered up by Jackson. Goes for the long distance shot there. And good pressure to begin the second period by Westwood. Finn Mahone and Brett Hobson on the face-off. Popped off the far side boards, sent back up by Sullivan. Along the end boards, Wynn sends it out. At the point, Pizzuto takes a shot turned away. Sent out from the corner, up the near side it goes. Wynn trying to come away with it, battling Hobson. Hobson sends it around. Wynn puts it up the far side. And now some back and forth along the far side boards. Taking a hit there was Mahone. Sent along the blue line, now popping it off the near side boards is Carter Moore. Puck gets away, into Westwood territory it goes. Moore boxing out. Sends it off the corner towards Mahone. Mahone looking for a win along the right point, and it got by him. Pass to Caleri. Caleri back to Wynn. Wynn sends it flying up the ice into Westwood territory. A 2-on-1. Merkel sends it over. That shot turned away. It was a good setup for Adams, but a great save by Holland. Along the end boards it goes. Big hit delivered. Ian Tosca comes out with it. Sends it across to the far side. Now to Merkel on the give and go. Merkel gonna bring it around, sends it out to the slot. Donovan there to pick it up for Westwood. Sends it up into the neutral zone. Sent back by Adams. White trying to work his way up the near side, gets jammed up. Ian Tosca is going to follow it through into Westwood territory, and we'll have an icing. 10:22 left to go in the second period. This game, a physical, brutal game between these two TVL-large rivals. Hayward up against Blomqvist. And into the slot, and good save by Jackson, as waiting right in front of the net was Lewis. Hillers come out with it to Rocher, racing up the boards, and couldn't hit his target there. Was looking for Resnick in the slot. And now it's a race to the puck. White gets there first. Malloy follows up with a hit. Westwood looking for a shot. McCabe puts it wide. Around it goes. Picked up by Donovan. Pops it off the boards for Blomqvist. Blomqvist along the corner, working against Hayward. Trying to get it over. White gets in there, delivers a hit. There's a shot, and it's no good. That shot was by Donovan. Taken away by Donovan. Hit delivered by White. Westwood approaching. That shot sent flying into the near side. It's been tremendous pressure by the Wolverines, however. Hiller's got to clear the zone. There's a wrister. Glove saved by Jackson. He'll drop it. Horgan trying to come out with it. A mishandle. And now Resnick sends it up to the neutral zone. We're going to have an offsides on Westwood. We'll get a face-off at 9:02 left to go in the period. On the face-off, Ian Tosca against Hobson. Ian Tosca unleashes it. Wynn sends it over, sent up by Caleri. Across goes Merkel. We'll have it offsides. It's actually going to be face-off in Westwood territory. Puck was deflected out of play. And Tosca up against Crowley. Make that Hobson. Sent around by Sullivan. Along the near side it goes. Caleri sends it back Westwood's way. Along the end boards now. Picking it up, Sullivan. Up the far side he goes. Intercepted by Wynn. He'll scoot it towards the near side corner. Merkel was chasing it, but Pizzuto gets rid of it. Set back up by Adams. Jammed up along the corner. Unleashed by Merkel, and that's off the side of the net. And now trying to stuff it in, turned away. Adams with the secondary pressure there. And then as they're crossing, we have a high stick call. We'll get a face-off at 8:09 left to go in the second period. And Westwood's going to be on the power play. Adams going to take a seat for 2 minutes. On the face-off, Hayward against Hobson. Huge opportunity here for Westwood. They've been winning the pressure battle, and now they have a man advantage. Good steal by Resnick. Racing up the ice, Ristner turned away, punched away by Holland. In the corner, Hayward. Hayward off the boards, White into traffic. Westwood trying to work their way up the ice, sent across by Quinn. Here comes Dumais. Dumais leaves it behind, sends it back. Donovan picks it up. Into Hiller territory. Horgan unleashes it. And we're going to have another high stick call. There's 1:16 left on the power play. And we are heading back to Westwood territory. No penalty assessed for the high stick call, as no one was in the area code. And Tosca against Blomqvist. Wynn sends it towards the corner. Pizzuto will wrap it around. Along the near side now, here comes Westwood. Taking a hit, McCabe. Sent out towards the slot, top of the circle, Malloy. Sends it back to the blue line. Now back towards Malloy. Malloy delivering a hit to Wynn, who was trying to cut it off. Along the left circle, backhanded around by McCabe. Along the boards is Donovan. Donovan back to the corner. Sent over to the point. There's a shot. Still out in front. And deflected away. Back into traffic it goes. And deflected to the end boards. Sent away by Ian Tosca. Picked up by Pizzuto. Pizzuto, top of the circle. That shot deflected. Caleri gets in front of the stick of Donovan. Hillers have a 2-on-1. And a misfire there by Moore. Off a defender it goes. 5 seconds left on the power play. Westwood charging up the ice. Pizzuto. Power play has expired. We're back at even strength. Fresh into the game and sending it up is Resnick. DeRocher draws a push there. Wynn trying to close in. Cutting him off is Dumais. Dumais going to take it around. Getting tied up with DeRocher. Pops it off the near side. Looking to work his way up the ice. Sends it towards the neutral zone, towards Matty Donovan, who puts it into Hiller territory. Horgan picks it up along the end board, sends it up the near side. Hayward trying to get away with it, and Westwood keeps it. And that shot by Donovan is deflected. Puck squirts up. Here comes Donovan. Another pass attempt deflected there off of Horgan. Sent towards the end boards from O'Brien. Puck along the far side now. Wynn moves it over to DeRocher. DeRocher putting it towards Westwood's net. Sent back to the far side from Dumais. Wolverines looking for a breakaway. Donovan flying up the ice. Slows it down, takes the shot, and it's wide. Up the near side it goes. And it's picked up by Adams. Adams will send it around as a couple Wolverines close in. Hiller's in the midst of a change. Sent up the near side towards O'Brien. Hill feed it across to Dumais. Dumais looking to close in. And Jackson will land on it. Smart move there. Ooh, did he get a little shooken up? Took some contact as he landed on it. You know, it's been one of those tough, grueling games by both these teams. Very physical play out there. And these refs, for the most part, eating the whistles and letting them play. This faceoff comes at 4:32 left in what has been a very quick-moving second period. And Tosca up against Hobson. Sends it back to the end boards. Puck squirts out to the near side, digging it out from the corner. Hobson. He'll punch it back towards the far side. Now top of the circle as that shot from Lewis diverted. And now on the far side with it is Adams. Sent back to the corner from the blue line by Westwood. Picked up by Hobson. Hobson puts it wide of the net. Trying to battle his way up the far side was Adams. He was cut off by Sullivan. Caleri pops it off the boards. Hiller's trying to work it up the far side. Now we'll see if they switch it around. White moves it to the near side corner. And Merkel looking for Ian Tosca. Gets it by Pizzuto. Ian Tosca flying up the ice. Getting in front of him, Sullivan. Merkel sends it over. Just missed his target there. It's going to be a good feed to that right circle. Just a little off the mark. Horgan slows it down, puts it towards Wynn. Wynn wraps it around. Along the far side it goes. Sent up by Sullivan. Sending it back now, Carter Moore. Off the stick of Layton. Pizzuto. Back to the far side he goes. Here comes Hobson. Takes the shot just wide. Moore was trying to race up the ice, and now a shot from the slot, and what a save by Jackson. Matty Donovan with some mustard on that shot, but Jackson gloves it. This face-off at 2:53 left to go in this second period. And poked out by Mahone. Along the near side, McCabe sends it back up. Here comes Westwood. Donovan with it, and he crossed too soon off sides. Finn Mahone on the face-off for the Hillers. He'll go against Blomqvist. McCabe along the near side wraps it up the boards and sent back. Into Westwood territory, we'll have an icing. Hillers making a change with 2:28 left to go. Hayward on the face-off against Hobson. Top of the circle, there's a shot. Covered up by Jackson off the shot from Jake Quinn. Steven Jackson has been extremely busy in net tonight for the Hillers. Hayward against Donovan. Along the near side now, trying to work his way up. Resnick, it's sent back, but Kaleri picks it up, sends it across. Wynn finds Resnick. Resnick takes a big hit by McCabe. DeRocher sends it up. Hayward looking for a shot, takes it. Into traffic, it goes deflected, and Westwood comes away with it. O'Brien up the far side, leaves it behind. Put towards the net, and it's wide by Quinn. Up along the end boards. Good battle for it. Wynn doing battle with Donovan, who will come away with it, and it's put in, but it's going to be waved off, I believe. Donovan came away with the puck, but I believe there was an illegal hit in the process. Goal waved off. No goal. It'll be a Westwood penalty instead. Heading to the box, Tim Donovan. So the Hillers will have the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. Can they take advantage of the power play opportunity? Popped off the boards, gets by Wynn into Hiller territory. Jackson gets it right back into play towards Wynn. Wynn shakes off a defender along the end boards. Sends it up, Merkel to Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca works it into the corner. Sends it near side. And sent up into Hiller territory. Jackson sets it for Kaleri. Almost a big mistake there as Blomquist came flying in and nearly took it away. Hayward coming up the ice. Crosses over to the far side. Into the right circle. Wrister and a glove save by Holland. Under a minute left to go in the second period. 1:12 left on the Hiller power play. And we get a face-off in Westwood territory. Hayward up against Quinn. Along the corner. Squirts out into Hiller territory. Jackson gets it to Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca working his way up the ice. Up the far side, looking to close in. Off the boards he goes. One-timer Kaleri, it's wide. Kaleri at the point, gets it back to the right circle. There's a shot and what a goal! Connor Merkel! Just a beauty of a shot there. Finds the opening, stick side, and makes it 1-0 with 22 seconds left to go in the second period. An absolute rocket. And Tosca up against Blomquist. Well, that'll certainly put a pep in the step for the Hillers. Puck squirts out along the far side. White sends it up. Backhanded up the ice, out of play goes Donovan. We'll get a face-off at 6 seconds left in the second period. Sent up by White, and that'll do it. The Hillers, oh, a little extracurricular activity. Don't get a penalty now. with 22 seconds left in the second period. An absolute rocket by Connor Merkel makes it a 1-0 Hiller lead. And we will head into the final 15 minutes of regulation with the Hillers leading on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toontime has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toontime, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
On Wednesday, January 31st, Hiller Boys Hockey celebrated senior night and took on Holliston.
Tosca getting in front of Ross. Here comes the Hillers. A nice pass and a score for the Hillers. Adams feeds it to Connor Merkel, who pops it in. Here comes the Panthers on a breakaway. Rister, it's in. George Gabriel strikes.
It was a 1-1 game heading into the second period.
Top of the circle, there's a shot by Collery, and then off the rebound, Hayward puts it in. A great shot by Aiden Collery off the leg pad of Greenberg. It goes, and then James Hayward stuffs it in. Back up off the boards goes Lucas, and it's put in. A tremendous shot there, and we're knotted up at 2 apiece.
Both teams net another goal apiece in the second, and it was a 2-2 game heading into the third period.
Sent around the end boards. Getting out in front of it, Resnick. Resnick racing back into Holliston territory, approaching, takes it and rings it in! What a beauty of a goal by Resnick! Off the face-off, good send away there by White as it splits 2 Panthers. One of the penalties has expired. Stolen by Hayward, takes a shot! Oh! Hayward with a short-handed goal! What a shot! Unbelievable! Off the face-off, Ian Tosca sends it back. Hayward to Wynn. Wynn gets it into traffic. He was looking for Resnick. Hayward with it. Gonna move it up. Takes it, and it's put in! Icing on the cake for the Hillers.
The Hillers net 3 more goals in the third frame and take the win by a final of 5-2. The Hiller boys hockey team improved to 10-2-2 on the season. On Thursday, February 1st, Hiller Alpine Ski hit the slopes. Here's a look.
Time for bid number 1003, Brendan May, 38.38 on the red course for 805, Blake Murphy from Hopkinton. On the blue course number 806, Elsa Woodbury from Hopkinton. Time for number 1004, Ellie Hayden, 32.57. Time for number 905, Thomas Pulteney, 37.09. On the red course from 105, Tommy Robinson from St. John's.
The boys finished 3rd overall and the girls finished 4th overall. On the boys' side, JB Flynn came in 5th. Ethan Bogosian finished 24th, and Blake Murphy finished 25th. On the girls' side, Lucy Mato finished 6th, Annalie Krantz came in 10th, and Delilah Mato finished 11th. On Friday, February 2nd, Hiller girls basketball hosted Norwood. It was a defensive, gritty game and a 3-1 Norwood lead heading into the second quarter.
Off the mark, loose ball collected by Morad. Gets it over to Chorus. Up top, Blake. Here goes CC Becker driving in, kicks it out. Morad for 3, no good. Norwood collects. Morad gets the lucky bounce in the corner. Norwood trying to open things up. They're going to take another 3 here, and this time hit Ariana Blake.
Yeah, I mean, the Hiller defense was scrambling. That's what happens when you don't get the rebound. When you allow them to get their offensive rebound like that, they get a time to reset. We were all out of position.
Oh, boy. Another steal. Up and in goes Morad.
Too easy. Too easy.
Norwood would end up taking the game 41-17. Norwood improves to 11-4. Hillers fall to 9-6.
Actually, just the glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you? Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous. I'm Cindy Donda, and I'll see you there.
Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about ready for the third period as we enter period number 3, a 1-0 Hiller lead, courtesy of Connor Merkel on the power play at 22 seconds left. Ripped a shot in from the right circle to put the Hillers on top. We have switched ends. Hillers working left to right across your screen for this third period, and we are underway as it is sent up by Caleri. Along the near side corner, sending it flying there is Quinn, and we'll have an icing. Well, really, Westwood's been kind of winning the possession battle, but of course the only battle that really matters is the battle on the scoreboard. But one thing the Hillers are going to have to do a little bit better this period is not allow so much pressure. Westwood certainly got more shots off in that second period as it's taken away by Merkos and down in the slot. And that shot nearly rung in by Ian Tosca, but wrapped up by Holland. Oh, what a setup it was. It was a great face-off win there for the Hillers. Ian Tosca against Sean Blomquist. Into the corner it goes, sent across, along the far side. Malloy trying to work it up the ice. Nice steal there by Caleri, sending it towards Adams along the near side boards. Picked up along the end boards by Pizzuto. Pizzuto gets it up to Blomquist. Pizzuto is trying to get by Wynn, but Wynn stuffs him. And then Adams puts it towards the end boards. Along the corner, Donovan sends it up. Big hit delivered along the near side. Resnick trying to come out with it. He's contested by Dumais. And there's a quick shot there by Resnick, turned away. Resnick sends it out. It gets by everybody. In the Hiller territory it goes. Jackson leaves it for White. White pops it into the neutral zone to Rocher. Getting undercut there by Hobson. And sent to the top of the circle. Wrister to Rocher. Glove save Holland. We'll get a face-off at 13:22. Left to go in this third period. There's Hayward on the face-off. Westwood winning that time. Coming up the ice, Hobson. Hobson along the near side gets contested by White. Sent up the boards. Back and forth we go. Coming out with it now, Crowley sending it into the corner. Horgan picks it up. Pops it along the end boards. Hayward flings it to the far side. A swing and a miss there. And knocked up the ice by Resnick. If that surface wasn't so smooth because the Zamponi was just out a few minutes ago, Resnick may have had a nice breakaway there. We'll get an icing call. 12:52 left to go. Back to Hiller territory. Top of the circle, there's a shot. What a save by Jackson. All kinds of mustard on that shot by the left winger, Jake Quinn. The Hillers, they need to do a better job on these face-offs. They won a couple of good ones, but for the most part, Westwood dominating on the face-off. And Tosca puts it to the near side. Deflected into the corner, battling it out is Adams. Lear trying to get in there, but it is sent up with the force of O'Brien. Into the corner it goes. Wynn trying to turn it up ice. Back to the corner now. Nice flip into the neutral zone by Ian Tosca. Sent into Westwood territory. Pass across by Donovan off the boards. Now racing in is Tim Donovan. Takes a hit from Ian Tosca. DeRocher comes out with it. Here comes Declan. DeRocher backhands it between two defenders. In a Westwood territory it goes. DeRocher delivering a big hit to Pizzuto. Sent up along the boards into Hiller territory, and we'll have an icing call at 11:39 left to go in the third period. Well, it's been one of those defensive gritty games. And if you want this, you're just going to have to dig hard. Hayward up against Blomquist. Puck comes out, backhanded towards the net, and wrapped up by Holland. Leighton able to get the shot off. Hayward will try to do it again. Sent up, stalled at the blue line by White, who sends it back up, and then sent wide of the net by Leighton. Westwood trying to work up the far side. Pass back by Malloy. Sent up now into Hiller territory. Horgan sends it flying up the near side. Into Westwood territory it goes. And we'll have an icing. This faceoff comes at 11:14 left to go in the third period. Hayward up against Hobson on the faceoff. Into the corner it goes. Caleri gets tangled up. Hayward joining in on the fun. Able to send it up to Resnick. Resnick pops it across. Sent back to the far side. Resnick slows it down, and we get an offsides call. Back to Hiller territory we go. I think it was actually a puck off the skate call. Or kick call. Along the far side, shot, and it's wide by Pizzuto. Wynn gets it over to Merkel. Merkel gets it across, trying to get through Adams. Able to knock it towards the end boards. Wrapped back up the near side. Wynn closing in. He's diverted. Wynn able to just send the puck away to the far side. Westwood now looking for a breakaway. Good job by Caleri. Nice steal as Pizzuto was coming up quickly. Knocking it into Hiller territory. Sullivan into the corner it goes. Hit delivered by Caleri. And Caleri wins that battle. Comes out with the puck. Racing up the ice. Along the boards, sent back around by Merkel. Under 10 minutes left to go in the third period. DeRocher trying to come out with it. And here comes Pizzuto. Pizzuto racing in, diverted. Sent up by White. White wraps it around. Over to the far side corner it goes. DeRocher tangling up O'Brien. Puck locked in. DeRocher just able to come out with it, but he's cut off. And now Resnick steals it away, sends it out. Top of the circle, Horgan gets it across. White shot is deflected off of Donovan. Popped off the boards by Donovan. Picking it up along the far side, O'Brien. He'll send it up. Into Hiller territory it goes. White gonna come around with it. Up the near side. And we'll have an icing at 8:58 left to go in this third period. Hiller's trying to hang on to a 1-0 lead. On the face-off is Merkel up against Blomquist. Along the near side, sent up by Dumais. Puck along the corner. Some good back and forth here. Coming out with it is Adams. Adams flings it towards the Westwood net. A backhander, and Holland wraps it up. Well, the Hillers are doing a better job at getting a little more pressure on Westwood's side and putting the puck towards the Westwood net. Ian Tosca against Blomqvist. Puck locked into that circle. Squirts out towards the corner, popped off the boards. Westwood trying to come away with it. Horgan out in front. Ian Tosca gets the stick in and flings it into the crowd. We'll get a face-off at 8:24 left to go in the third period. Off the face-off, back to the blue line. That shot deflected. Merkel got a stick on it. And towards the net, nearly stuffed in, but turned away by Jackson. And tripped up as Leighton just lost his footing, but able to get it away. And then more closing in, and Holland will lock it up. Good effort by the Hillers, moving it back into Westwood territory. Finn Mahon against Brett Hobson. Picked up along the corner by Sullivan. Along the far side, Logan Lewis. Off the boards he goes. Now Hobson coming up the ice. Hobson top of the circle, leaves it in the slot. Puck deflected just above the net. Into the corner it goes. Moore swings it around. Wynn along the near side. Puts it into Westwood territory towards the net. And just wide. We'll have an icing call at 7:37 left to go in the third period. There's a shot turned away by Jackson. Good shot by Donovan. Putting it up the far side, Horgan. Ian Tosca gets a piece of it. Back into Hiller territory goes O'Brien. Trying to dig it out of the corner is White, amongst others. Puck flings up and out of play. I believe it went off a banner. We'll get a face-off at 7:16 left to go. Hayward up against Donovan. Donovan gets kicked out. Stepping in, Quinn. Top of the circle, sent wide by Sullivan. Horgan doing battle with Pizzuto. Pizzuto trying to unleash it towards the slot. And a nice pass to the far side. Out in front it goes, wrapped up by Holland as that puck had a long deflection. Hiller's changing things up. Ian Tosca against Blomqvist. Blomqvist sends it across. Nice interception by Caleri. Caleri racing up, gets by Pizzuto. Lost his stick, delivers a hit. Well, Caleri lost his stick there, but was trying to do what he could to help his team. Jammed up along the near side. Coming out of the corner, Donovan. He'll send it up, pops it off the boards. Caleri picks it up. Caleri with the backhanded pass over to Ian Tosca, and he'll put it towards the net. Wrapped up by Holland. Well, good job by the Hillers. Playing some good keep away. 6:22 left to go. Hayward in there for the Hillers. Well, Blomquist has done very well on the face-offs for Westwood today. There's a shot covered up by Jackson as Matty Donovan was quickly approaching. Westwood gets what they want there, back in Hiller territory. Hayward against Donovan. Into the corner it goes. On the far side, Quinn sends it back. Now trying to battle out for it. Horgan gonna take it. Horgan to DeRocher. DeRocher sends it into the protective netting. We get a face-off at 5:57. Hayward against Donovan. Top of the circle. White puts it into traffic, sent away. White looking to slow it down. Gets it back to the near side to Rocher. Leaves it for Resnick. Resnick flying up the ice. It's stolen away. Battle for it here along the near side as Hayward puts it into traffic. Resnick gets it out from the corner. Resnick turns it back towards Westwood territory. DeRocher picks it up along the end board, sends it over to the left point. And Horgan would have liked to have a little more on that shot. Here comes Westwood. Quinn coming up the ice. White gets the stick out in front of him towards the net, set aside by Jackson. Big hit delivered by the Hillers. Resnick puts it back out of the neutral zone. DeRocher gets a piece of it, sent back into Hiller territory off the stick of Donovan. Picked up by Hayward as he gets it to Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca. Now along the far side, Merkel. Merkel squeezes between two Wolverines. Able to get it towards the corner. Wide of the net goes Adams. Trying to dig it out, Parker Wynn. Puck gets it by everybody there, sent up by Caleri. Adams racing up, he's contested. And both will trip up. Back to his skates is Bizzuto. Up the far side he goes, looking for Logan Lewis. And what do we have here? It'll be a face-off in Hiller territory. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in regulation. Merkel up against Crowley. To the corner, sent out. Wynn sends it back, racing up the ice. Merkel puts it towards Westwood's net. Sent back around to the near side by Dumais. Big hit delivered in the corner. Shot towards the net, turned away. That was a nice quick shot there by Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca puts it towards the far side. Some good back and forth there. And Caleri was tangled up out in front of the net. Jackson lands on it. And some frustration after the great save from Jackson. Well, Caleri was being totally tangled up along the far side. I'm not sure if the officials saw it, but there was some pretty clear interference going on there. See if anyone's heading to the box. No, it doesn't look like it. Now these officials, you know, with this close of a game, really try not to call anything, but they'll certainly call it if it's blatant. Resnick swipes it to the far side, top of the circle, shot deflected, up along the end boards it goes. To the near side, and that shot by Dumais was poked by Wynn into the protective netting. 3:34 left to go. Oh, Westwood was looking to call a timeout prior to that last face-off. But I think they were able to get the change they wanted. Along the end boards, White sent back over. Shot from the high slot, turned away by Jackson out in front. What a great save with the leg pad. Tremendous save by Jackson, and perhaps a game-saving save. Hobson sends it across. Westwood still pushing. Hobson sends it back, stolen by Resnick. Resnick trying to send it to the blue line. Getting the stick in the way there was Sullivan. Here comes Hayward. Hayward looking to approach, takes a slash. Backhander, turn away. Now a battle for it along the end boards. And it is sent up off the far side, goes Pizzuto. And it'll go just wide of the Hiller net. 2:44 left to go. Face-off in Westwood's defensive zone. Hiller's doing all they can to hang on. This game's been all about the defense, all about the goaltending. If Hiller's hang on, I mean, Steven Jackson certainly has to be the player of the game with the tremendous goaltending performance he has had tonight. But we still have time left on the clock. Not over yet. McCabe sends it up. That pass slowed down. Merkel takes it to the corner, wraps it around before he's delivered a big hit. Picked up along the far side by Blomquist. Ian Tosca gets a piece of it in the slot, and it's put in! Merkel does it again! Merkel in the right place at the right time. Had a nice open shot. Closed in. Banged it out from along the end boards. Came back out, waiting in the high slot. Good feed from the far side, and Merkel gives the Hillers a 2-0 lead. Unbelievable. What a set of games we have had tonight. Resnick racing up the ice. Leaves it behind. Hayward trying to close in. And a puck scraped away. Here comes Westwood. Up the ice comes O'Brien. Shot deflected away. From the left circle, there's a shot out in front. And it's turned away. Pizzuto trying to get it over. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan puts it back towards the blue line. Shot from the top of the circle. A little high there from Donovan. Out into the neutral zone it goes. Resnick looking for a breakaway. There's an empty net. Oh, goes off the crossbar. Off the boards goes Horgan. Pandemonium out there now. Westwood with the extra attacker. That shot wide by Donovan. Along the far side, Pizzuto wraps it around. Under a minute left to go. Jammed up along the end boards into the corner. In from the high slot, shot deflected. Ian Tosca gets the stick in front of it off the Pizzuto attempt. And now sent up the near side. Off the stick of Adams. Westwood working back up the far side. Here comes Donovan. He gets tied up with a pair of Hillers. Horgan able to get it to Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca towards the net, just wide. And we'll get a face-off at 27 seconds left to go in the third period. This has been one wild game. What a way to close it out. Well, you got to give Westwood big credit. They brought their A game tonight. But so did Steven Jackson and the Hillers. And we'll get a timeout. 27 seconds left to go. An unbelievable battle between these two teams. You are tuned in to Hiller Hockey on HCAM.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toontime has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toontime, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Off the timeout, we are ready to continue on. 27 seconds left to go. Empty net for Westwood. Connor Merkel, the star of the night offensively for the Hillers, coming up with both goals in what was a defensive slugfest. Way to sacrifice your body there, Merkel, out in front of the net now. Turned away by Wynn, and it gets by Dumais. He'll pick it up back ice. Dumais sends it spinning up into the neutral zone. Here comes O'Brien looking to close in. Delivered a couple hits. Hayward deflects the shot, and that'll do it! And did we get a whistle with time left? It looks like, I believe the game is over, but was there time left? I believe there was a very late Hiller penalty, but no time left, and that is going to do it. The Hopkinton Hillers come away with the 2-0 victory. It was a tough, physical, defensive, gritty game. Westwood certainly brought their A game and gave the Hillers all they could handle here today, but Connor Merkel, a couple of stunning goals and some absolutely unbelievable goaltending by Steven Jackson propels the Hillers to their 12th victory of the season, and they improve to 12-2-2 overall. Westwood falls to 8-7-0. A tough, hard-fought win here tonight for the Hiller boys, who get the job done. Well, that is going to wrap it up for an incredible night of Hiller hockey, an unbelievable win by the girls in leg one of our doubleheader as they took down Norwood in overtime 3-2, and now the Hiller boys a 2-0 victory and a tough, hard-fought game against Westwood. We hope you enjoyed this action-packed night of Hiller hockey here on HCAM. For Matt Clark back in the studio, John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time. The Hillers defeat Westwood by a final score of 2-0. As always, we thank you for watching Hiller Sports on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.